Hey, so I wanted to come here today real quickly and just talk to you a little bit, just give a little love and encouragement um, with our woman to woman playlist. So many times we hear about women saying that men are taking advantage of women. And yes, it's happening. That is very, very true. Some men do it on purpose, and some men do it according to their greed. So if they find certain things in you that's weak, and they learn you, and they watch you, and they train you so that they can receive what they need and what they want and what they desire, and sometimes they just desire to keep you near, then yeah, they can take advantage of you. But at the same time, if we know ourselves and if we know what we want and what we don't want, and we know what we are willing to do and what we won't do, then we can't really be taken advantage of. Only the weak can be taken advantage of. That means that this is a person who did not know they should have said no, or who didn't know that they should have said yes. That's why before we get into relationships and before we commit ourselves to relationships, it is so important to get to know ourselves so we can be prepared for certain answers. Now, I'm not saying we're robotic and we're going to know the answer to everything, but we should know ourselves enough to be able to say, oh, no, no, I won't be able to do that. And that's what's happening. So to prevent from being taken advantage of, you need to know what you will do, and what you're capable of doing and what you're willing to do in a relationship. How much effort are you going to give? I think sometimes that we forget about those type of things. So you have to remember, only the weak can be taken advantage of. And the only kind of person who can take advantage is if one who is purposely doing it for evil, or one who is purposely doing it for self gratification, which is both a mess at the same time. But just say, for instance, if you have this guy that never takes the opportunity to take care of themselves. They always looking for a person who can take care of them, who can be by their side, who can give them a place to stay, who can pay for the things that they want, and beg for the things that they need type man. So that's someone who is purposely setting out each and every day not to take care of themselves, but to put their desires and wants onto another person. That's someone who does it on purpose. I mean, seriously, just not waking up, giving effort for their own lives, for their own well-being, for their health, for their money, for their living, for their car, for everything, their dreams, everything that they desire. They wake up to see who can do it for them. And they pick women like us who love to give. They pick women like us who love to do whatever it takes to keep a relationship instead of doing whatever it takes to love ourselves and share with someone else. So they can find those type of women, and they can attach themselves to them according to the things that you really desire. A lot of women just want emotional connection, and they'll come in and give you that emotional connection to receive everything they don't want to do for themselves. Then you have some men who's not really their intent and on purpose to take advantage of you, but they have found that when they are lacking in a certain area, or when they need in a certain area, they have found that you like to take care of them in that area. So they begin to pull on you and suck you for what you are able to give in that area. It could be something as simple as this man gets to notice that every time that his family upsets him, then you come in and you bring your love, your gifts, your time, your energy. You praise him and you uplift him, and you accept what's happening in his life, and you tell him that he's righteous, and you tell him that it's okay. I think that's one of the major mistakes a woman can probably make with a man, is to tell him that it's okay, that what he's doing is okay. I think that's like a really big mistake that women make because we don't know what's okay. We don't know that the work and the overwork and the struggles of a man is destined. I don't think we get that. And sometimes we try to take them away from the curse that was put on them. They need to work. You will see the sweat on their brow. And sometimes we like to take that sweat away from them and tell them, you don't have to do that. You can live as me. You can live lighter. You don't have to go through all the heaviness and the trials and tribulations. And that weakens a man and that breaks a man. And if a man is weak, he will like to take advantage of that area because he doesn't desire to be who he's created to be. Hope I didn't get off topic. What I'm trying to say is, women, we have to say yes to be taken advantage of. We have to say yes. There's nowhere in the world this stuff just happens by itself. So maybe we can look at things a little bit different. Maybe these men are not taking advantage of us. Maybe they're asking silly questions. How about that? Let's look at it that way. Maybe they're asking us silly questions, impossible questions. Maybe they're asking too much of us. Maybe they're asking questions and asking for things more than what we should or need to be able to provide for them. Maybe they're just asking a lot of silly questions. And it's okay. Anybody can ask you anything. There's no dumb question, right? We always say that there's no dumb question. And I do believe that that is true. There's no dumb question. Because either you're asking me because you don't know, or you ask me because you want to know how much I know about it. So whatever the case is, there's no dumb question. But maybe they're asking for too much. We need to understand that we have to accept it so that we can be taken advantage of. It is okay to say no. So you have to think about what you accept and what you allow. Women sometimes get so angry when other women tell them this. You allowed it. You did it. You let him act like that. You allow him to do that to you. That is a very true statement because it's up to us to say no. So we don't have to accept everything. It is really, really up to us to say no. So if you're able to say no, then you will never be taken advantage of. You'll only be saying yes to the things you truly, truly desire to say yes to. And that's not taken advantage of. Maybe you made the wrong decision. You might find it out later, but that's not being taken advantage of. Be very careful because sometimes we get into this spot after we feel so good with partners and with people we're dating. We want that thing so bad that we will say yes to satisfy the length and the longevity and the loyalty of the relationship. Being loyal is just you consistently being your great self. Being loyal is not about saying yes to something that you really shouldn't be doing. That's not loyalty. No one should ask you and push you and take you to a place where you're not even being yourself no more. So you have to be careful of that. At the end of the day, every woman who's in a relationship, so look at him. Every woman that's in a relationship, every woman that's in this some type of union, some type of connection, or every woman that's dating a man, every woman that's married, you had to say yes. You did that. You did that. You had to say yes. That's one thing about a woman. Our power is in our answers, and our power is in our silence. So we have to be careful and take responsibility of what we say yes to. Yeah, some men do act like dogs. So we don't worry about that. We just make sure we're careful about what we say yes to. You have to accept the behavior that's coming to you. So if you in some type of situation where the behavior is bad and you're being treated any kind of way, it's because you're accepting it. Yes, it's true. Then you might have your reasons of why you're still there and why you're still involved and why you keep caring because nobody else cares about him. Men can handle tough stuff. You have to go back and read. Men can handle tough stuff. They got it. They can handle it. They're strong. They can do it. We have to be able to protect ourselves and make sure that we're not losing our essence and our self worth, all because we have fear of the relationship changing or fear of losing the relationship. Okay? You can't lose relationships. They just said no. So, once again, he cannot take advantage of you because you have the right to say yes or no. So you don't have to worry about that no more. You don't have to worry about saying that or worry about people saying that about you. Oh no, he's not taking advantage of me. That's what I wanted to do. And I understood that it was a consequence in everything that I do. And this is the consequence. And if I ever get tired of this consequence, then I'll be out. It makes you feel greater about yourself when you know that you was a part of what's happening. So we could never say that all of this happened to me or this was laid upon me. No, 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 no. You had to say yes. Every man that comes into your life will desire things from you, will want things from you, and want more. And you get to say no, yes, no, yes. Even when it's time for a man to find a wife, you can still say yes or no. You don't have to accept the engagement. You don't have to accept what's being offered to you. That does not mean that you won't suffer a consequence for that. You may miss a good person, you may not. But you need to understand that you have just as much power as him. It may be in a different way, but you have just as much power. So everything that's inside of your circle, you said yes to. And if you want to change it, you can remove it. It's up to you. Women, you have power in your answers. You have power in your choice. You have power. It's a difference when you make a choice. You can be like this in your relationship, arms wide open, ready to receive everything, opening every part up of yourself. Or you can be like this, not today. That's power. And we got to start using our power. Men can access anything, and we get the option to say yes or no. We do not have to accept everything that's presented in front of us. Why? Why do we do that? Because for some reason, the enemy has us to think that we're running out of freaking time. Time does not exist. We're not running out of time. We're just running out of wisdom. The best things happen when you take your time. It's okay. Trust God. So think about that a little bit more as you are in relationships. And this could be male, female, your family. It really doesn't matter. I just want you to know that nobody can take advantage of you if you know you and if you know what you want and if you know what you don't want. And if you know that you can survive without anything or person. Once you know that, then you walking around with power, accepting or not accepting offers. It's okay. Sometimes you can send it back and do a counter offer. Sounds pretty good, but we need to make sure you fill me in too. So push that right back to you. Be careful before you sign your name on something. Be careful before you say yes. And just because you're asked and request or even commanded, because some men be out here could try to command things, no matter what comes to you, just know you got the right to say, I need more time to think about this. You got the right to say, yes, I want it, bring it all. And you also have the right to say no. So we won't have to make these excuses later, and we won't have to tell social media and the world how men is taking advantage of us. No, they're not. We are allowing this to happen to us because we don't know what we want or don't want. Because we have fear of losing Be careful of that. It'll get you. All right. So I love you. I love you. I just want to come and share a little bit of uplifting encouragement to let you know there is power in the tongue, and you have power with your free will and your choice. And although you are summons, you can actually say no. Well, you know what you should read? You should read the story about, I think it's Queen Vashti and Queen Esther. That's one of those type of moments. I'm telling you, that's one of those type of moments. And I know women sometimes, some women I talk to, I know y'all don't really like to read the Bible and all that good stuff. But man, if you want some wisdom and knowledge and then God to do the rest, that's a really good Bible to reference to, because every situation that we go through is in there, and it'll teach us how to handle it in a practical way and in a spiritual way. You'll be ahead of the game if you could just read some of these beautiful stories, because that's that kind of moment of being able to say no. It's power and no. Okay, so I ain't gonna beat y'all up too bad. I love you. I love you. Bye bye.